Hello, welcome. I'm welcoming you.
Thank you.
To Don't Laugh But.
Thank you. You're welcome too.
Welcome.
To Don't Laugh But.
How are you?
I'm all right. I was going to start off with... I was going to talk about man bags.
Man bags?
Briefly.
Yeah.
I was walking into town the other day with a sizable handbag with my family.
Mm-hmm.
I ended up having to carry everything of my husband's. So his wallet, keys, all that kind of stuff. He's got a notebook or a lip balm or whatever. I don't know.
Your husband has a lip balm?
Yeah, what's wrong with that? Men are allowed to look good too.
Okay.
But
nothing wrong with a man and a lip balm.
so in this society where we're told that women are weaker and physically weaker, and yet we're the ones who end up carting around our crap, right? And everyone else's stuff, all the kids' stuff, because it has for some reason been decreed that if men carry a bag, they either have to be massive rucksacks, like they're going hiking and doing something manly, or they're a briefcase because they're going to work and doing something important. They can't carry a mid-sized or small bag because, goodness me, that's girly.
I think that's changing.
I don't like that.
I think that's changing.
I hope it's changing.
I think
it should. What's wrong with blokes carrying a smaller bag? Why is a small bag in some way a threat to their masculinity?
I don't know. I think things are changing. There was a teacher at my daughter's school and he has a lovely bag.
All right.
And
Is it quite big though?
Nope, it's not. It's a proper handbag size bag.
Good.
And it kind of works.
Why not call it a handbag and not a man bag?
I don't know. I mean, I guess I know. I bought my husband a tote bag. No, not a tote bag. Like a...
I was going to say, that's not a very generous gift to your husband. I bought you what we normally get for free.
No. It like a flap over. It's got a flap.
It's got a flap. Messenger bag?
Messenger bag.
Yeah.
I bought my messenger bag for work. I do find a man with a bag sexy.
Yeah, well,
I think it works.
No, I wouldn't say it attracts me to them.
Oh,
I like it.
I think if they carry it well.
It's practical, and it means that I don't have to carry everything. And also, there is a presumption there, well, women need to carry their tampons and their beauty products. Well, firstly, no, not all the time. But secondly, what's wrong with blokes wanting to take, say, a deodorant and a lip balm around with them? Why can't blokes want to, smell and look nice all day?
Yeah, they can, but I'm not carrying them.
I would appreciate that.
Although saying that, I do get...
No, but if they could have a man bag,
I don't have a handbag. I'm a rucksack girl. I don't have a handbag.
Yeah, okay.
I like my rucksack. If I don't have my rucksack, my husband's carrying my phone, wallet, and my keys.
I've got a new small satchel that you didn't like.
It's the size of the satchel.
It's just small for an evening out. You just want your wallet in there, your keys. It's a little blue satchel.
Yeah,
it's cute.
I need to be better. My mum and sister are obsessed with bags. I mean, they always have the handbag. Okay. And they have to know where their handbag is at all kind of times.
Right, so it's important.
They mock my disorganisation.
Do they?
Is it unorganised or disorganised? I never know what the real word is.
I think it's disorganised. I think it can be either.
No, I'm not. I think that one of them isn't a real word.
Really?
I do believe that is a fact.
Unorganised or disorganised?
I think one of those isn't a real word.
Unorganised isn't a real word.
Don't know. Is it not?
No.
Well, why do you say it can be either then?
I don't know. I'm just making it up.
I don't know.
You're listening to Don't Laugh But with Kirsty Hudson and Rebecca Elliott, the inane ramblings of two women trying to out-funny each other.
But my news for the week...
Go on.
I grew some potatoes.
Oh, wow.
No, come on.
No,
Don't
that was a wow. It just comes out sarcastic. I meant that genuinely.
Let me tell you,
they are very hard to grow, as I understand.
It was like mining for gold, let me tell you. I am going to become totally self-sufficient. I might go off-grid.
If you were mining for gold and you just came up potatoes, you wouldn't be overly happy, though.
Depends how hungry you are, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, no, I'm imagining you like the good life.
Yeah.
Margaret, Jerry, Tom.
I'm so excited by my potatoes. I've got my beetroot coming now. I'm putting in corn in next. I've got onions. I've got kale.
Corn?
Yeah.
Oh, corn on the cob?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
What kind of corn?
I don't know. I was thinking corn.
Yes, I'm going to grow some corn. That's what I'm going to do.
Corn sausages.
Yeah, here you go.
On a bush.
And a corn fillet. Like crumbed. Yeah. No, I'm really excited by it. It's a beautiful thing. And a bit of magic happened. I am sharing this because this is so exciting. It is the proof to me that God exists. I had an amaryllis bulb in a plastic bag.
Uh-huh.
In a plastic bag.
Yeah.
That bugger grew with nothing but the plastic bag around it.
Wow. Life will find a way.
Oh, It was so exciting. I didn't know what to do with myself.
Have you freed it from its plastic bag?
It's now
or is there a
freed. It's now in
beauty
soil.
the plastic bag. Okay.
I just didn't know what to do with myself. I was that excited. I couldn't believe it. How does it grow with just a plastic bag around it?
It's like the floral equivalent of a beautiful bag lady. Coming into our own.
Oh, it's a beautiful moment.
That is lovely. Mm-hmm. Well, this week we're talking about beauty.
Yeah, I don't think we've welcomed our guests properly to Don't Laugh But.
Welcome.
Welcome to Don't Laugh But, a podcast straight from the twatmosphere.
That was truly awful.
Oh,
don't do that again.
Oh, I think that was a proper presenter mode.
You were overexcited.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Hope you've had a good week.
Yes. All right. Stop chatting them up. Okay. Be nicer to me. One of your eyelashes is falling out.
I know. I've got to get them. I've got my extensions, and I need.
They don't last long, do they?
Oh, come on. These are going on 3 weeks now.
Yeah, but that's not long.
How long do you know regular eyelashes last?
A lifetime. They don't just. That's the whole point. What are you talking about?
I see the flaw in my argument.
Yeah.
But they do fall out.
Yeah.
That's what I've been falling out. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're talking about beauty. Mm-hmm. So obviously
that's something I know a lot about.
Yes, you're very gorgeous. We live in a beauty obsessed culture at the moment. There seems to be more weight put on being beautiful than sort of any other trait, being funny or smart or kind. And it's a worry. I think it's a worry for our teenagers growing up in this society. But for all of us, I think particularly women, I know there is clearly a, what's the word I'm looking for? You're putting a really weird face.
I'm pausing, I'm waiting. Yeah.
Clearly there is a pressure also in society on men.
Yes.
To look a certain way.
Certainly
I'm not dismissing that at all. But there's no doubt that there is more put on women, I think, to look a certain way and to be important only when you look a certain way.
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Yes. I'm torn on beauty.
Okay.
In that, I want to say superficial and shallow things like people who are more beautiful don't need to develop that much of a personality because they've got their beautiful faces to be drawn to them. Mm-hmm. That beautiful people get more stuff and life is easier and all those things. But I think that challenges must come with being beautiful. I think that, do they want you... Do you become a whole person? Are they interested in what you've got to say if you are beautiful at the same time?
Yeah.
I think... I was
going to say, are there any drawbacks from being beautiful? And I think there absolutely are.
And I think we should celebrate beauty. I think we should celebrate beauty in all its facets.
Yes.
I am more interested in the beautiful things in the world, necessarily, than someone's beauty.
Yeah.
I think I've talked to you about this before in the past about my daughter. She's incredibly cute when she was little and very beautiful as a toddler. And incredibly, absolutely. But she was very cute. And people said, she's so beautiful. And didn't say those same things about my son necessarily, which I find quite interesting.
I know, right?
But I
always
the
main
said
thing about little girls.
That they're beautiful.
So beautiful.
So beautiful. But the thing that I always said and still feel very clearly is that's the most boring part about her.
Right.
It's the most boring part about anybody is the way they look.
Exactly.
You know,
that's just, it comes naturally.
Well, it's also maths, isn't it? It's like...
it's maths?
It's maths. It's all to do with symmetry. It's all like where your face lays.
Yeah, they say that. I think that's a load of balls. Because they say about Tom Cruise, if you look at his face, he's got a symmetry, and that's why we see him as so good looking.
I find him kind of rat. I like him, but he's kind of ratty looking in my head.
Yeah, okay. But do you know what I mean? Good looking people. But actually most, my face is symmetrical, but I am at best plain.
Oh,
so I don't think symmetry...
You're beautiful, woman.
Shut up.
Beautiful.
I
do. I absolutely do.
Why? Now, we are encouraged now to have confidence in our own beauty, and I think that is really important. Whatever you look like, basically, to have confidence and to enjoy your own beauty, to enjoy your own body because it's a gift. But at the same time, when women do enjoy their own beauty and are seen to do that, we're seen as arrogant. Oh, she's all that.
Oh my goodness!
Even her farts are smug.
This is something I want to say is I have heard this come out of the mouths of women so many times.
Yeah,
she's beautiful, but she knows it.
She's beautiful, but why shouldn't she?
Why can't she own her beauty? honest to God, find myself deeply attractive.
Yeah.
Like, I really enjoy my face. I enjoy my body. I love looking at myself, and I think, God damn it, girl, you've got it.
Yeah.
And
got
we
it going
can't.
on.
Yeah, I do. I go, wow, look at that.
Right.
Look at that. That, you know. But
It
that's
must be hard for you to tear yourself away from the mirror.
it is. It's really embarrassing.
It's a wrench.
You know, when you're in a restaurant, there's a mirror behind somebody. I will be talking to myself.
Really?
And I do FaceTime a lot with Darren, my husband's family, which is lovely.
But you're just looking at yourself.
I am just looking at myself. I am.
Because
so
I always
sad.
thought that would be a downside from someone who is really stunning, and that if you were walking through town, you'd just continually be looking at your reflection in the shop windows. And
Yeah.
you'd be walking into stuff all the time.
Yeah.
And you're saying you do that.
I do tend to check myself out and go, yeah.
Yeah.
And
All right,
but we
lovely
can't,
lady.
Like, the weirdest thing is, like, someone says you're beautiful and you can't go, yeah.
Do you ever have
period.
an ugly day? Do you ever do you ever
Do I have
wake
an
up
ugly
and think,
day? You know, I think, like, you know that when your period's there,
yeah.
there's something very, like, it's the weirdest thing because you get your period and
If you feel rough inwardly,
Yeah.
then you look in the mirror and you're not going to see
Totally.
something nice because
And
you just feel crap.
Yeah, and I think when your mood is low, that can, and that's why I feel really clearly that it's all about personality. There's nothing, the aesthetics, because you've met people who are incredibly beautiful.
Right.
If they've got nothing to say,
Right.
they become
The
very...
beauty goes quite quickly after you
very
start
quickly.
speaking to them.
And it's weird that
And you can't get that back. You won't see them as beautiful.
No.
You can, because I can say about people they are objectively beautiful. Like I can see she or he is objectively beautiful, but I in no way find them attractive. And I was going to ask, is there a difference between beauty and attractiveness?
I think that's that.
I think there's a major
Yeah,
difference.
that's the je ne sais quoi, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that the word?
If you like.
Is that, I don't know what, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, when someone has that special something about them, like
Yeah.
they're charismatic and you just go, wow, like, but I think like someone like George Clooney, who is who is traditionally attractive.
Absolutely.
He has something else about him
yeah,
as well.
totally.
That someone like that. But there are people that go like, yeah, but what else have they got about them? You know, there's something.
And this
you
is
have
where,
to
though,
have that.
with blokes, there are more ways to be beautiful and attractive.
Yeah.
Blokes have kind of a second age where they can be like the silver fox. They can have like the craggy lined face, but we think, God, he looks kind of weathered and sexy and kind of rugged. Women don't really have that second age. And equally with blokes, you can... Someone like John Goodman, who's like, obviously really massive, but he has like a great stature about him and a great presence. And I think he's really attractive because of that. But you don't... With women, there is such a narrow view.
Oh my God, the amount of times growing up that, she's got a lovely personality. Oh, she's got a lovely personality.
Yeah.
I hated it so much.
Yeah,
Like,
or you get, if you lost the weight, you'd have a really pretty face.
yeah.
It's gutting if you lose the weight and you haven't got a pretty face.
Imagine
isn't it?
that. Yeah, totally. Or like she's really bubbly, like the fat bubbly friend.
I hate the word bubbly. It's only ever used about women.
Yeah.
And you think a similar personality in a bloke, you'd say he's really charismatic. He's really, he's just got like a hell of a personality that draws you in.
Yeah.
He's really lively, life and soul of the party. With a woman, bubbly.
Bubbly.
As if to say frothy, irrelevant, superficial.
Absolutely. Gonna
Same
go very quickly.
qualities.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like it's like the word bossy. We only use bossy about women. Whereas, again, similar qualities in a bloke, you'd say he knows his own mind, he's really forthright, he's got a power to him. She's bossy.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely. The weird thing about bubbles is like you can blow them. Yeah. and yet we're described as them. It's a
Bubbly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I do love a bubble. I do enjoy. Like bubbles when they come out. There's something quite ethereal.
When they come out of where?
Out of the little tube you blow them out of.
Do you like farting in the bath?
Oh, yeah, I love fighting in the swimming pool more.
Oh, you do everything in the swimming pool.
Me and my husband, when we lived in Florida, we had our own swimming pool when we lived stateside for a little bit, and we would...
Did you?
Yeah, we would often go in the pool, just drinking, and fart. And we'd put the goggles on and watch the bubbles come up. We found it hilarious. That was hours of fun, that was.
That is disturbing.
That's entertaining people with no money, though. That's so much we loved it.
many levels.
Yeah.
Do you tell your kids they're beautiful?
I do.
You've got a boy and a girl?
I've got a boy. It's something I do tell them often, but I'm very mindful to try, particularly with my daughter, to focus on her qualities, other qualities more.
Well, again, I think boys naturally will focus on the other qualities. Whereas girls, because of the society we're in and that Instagrammy culture, we are led to think that it's looks that really do matter. So you can be as smart and funny and all of those things as you like. But at the end of the day, it's looks. You've zoned out.
No, I'm just...
you went somewhere else there.
I'm thinking about farting.
Really?
I enjoyed it so much. I went back there and relived it. I'm so sorry. Yeah.
But going back to that, farting in the bath is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Until it reaches the surface. And then that smell just kind of clings to the top of the bath water, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You're bathing in your own smell.
I mean, my goal in life is I love my house because it's our bathroom, we can't get any bigger.
Right.
And I really want to have a bath that Darren and I can bathe in together. Partly for that reason, just because it's so much fun. In a
I'm
water.
sorry that we brought it back to that.
Sorry, yeah. I think that. So I do think, totally. With boys, like I do tell my boy he's beautiful. I very rarely say you're so handsome. I will say to my son, you are so beautiful.
Yeah.
Because I do think beauty, it's such a cliche, but it does come from within. There's no way around that.
Absolutely. When I think of some of my, like, the times in my life when I have felt most sort of beautiful, is when I've just been having the most fun.
Oh.
You know, so you're at a pop concert, or you're just having fun with your husband, or you're getting drunk, or you're running through a beach and your hair's stuck to your face. My point is that if someone took a picture of those moments, I would have looked awful.
Yeah.
And sweaty and mouth open in a big grin and all that. So the aesthetics of outward beauty doesn't always match those the beautiful feeling within.
Yeah.
And yet, you know, so when you're pouting in a selfie, you're trying to put across this kind of beautiful life, but pouting is not.
I know there's not a time in your life where you're pouting.
I'm not sure I've got a point. I'm not sure I've quite nailed that point.
I think like you're saying, like those where you're trying to create the image of beauty.
Yeah,
you
but
can't
it's not
really
actually representing.
No, because you can't create those moments, can you? Those moments happen aesthetically.
When you're absolutely having like a belly laugh with your partner, something like that. If someone took a picture at that point, you would look hideous.
Yeah, I think if you're
that moment feels utterly beautiful.
Yeah, I think when you're not feeling as attractive, like I think it's, you know, it's quite nice to go sometimes and just go put a bit of makeup on or just do your hair. Yeah. And go and get yourself. And I think that sometimes that's why I don't want to just not beauty, because actually sometimes
no, not at all.
You just want to go, just get the outside all right. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And put your brave face on.
I won't leave the house without wearing makeup.
No.
And I don't think that's anyone else's business but mine. And equally, I don't think it's my business if someone doesn't wear makeup or does wear makeup. Doesn't even go through my mind to consider that.
No.
So if someone says to me, "Oh, you wear too much makeup," I'd be like, "I'm sorry, you think that. What's that got to do with me?"
Yeah.
So I do things like that, you know, and I dye my hair and all the rest of it. So I'm not saying we should not make ourselves look pretty. We're good feminists. No, not at all. There's no dichotomy there. There's no contradiction between wanting to look your best and kind of having fun with that, and that making you feel better. Mm-hmm. And also being an out-and-out feminist and saying, but it's not about being beauty, that's not the important thing in society. I don't think there's a contradiction.
No, I think feminism is, for me, my definition would be absolutely supporting every woman to look exactly how she wants to look.
That's precisely the point of feminism. Whether you're an absolute high heel wearing 6 foot tall blonde woman, or whether you're wearing DMs, and a baggy jumper.
Yeah.
We should all have the right to wear and do whatever we want with our bodies.
Yeah, like my daughter's had to recently cut her hair really short, so it's
she looks great.
Like it's like a traditional boy haircut, a very boring to say that, but it really is. And I had to really challenge myself, because people can think she's going to boy, people can think she's a boy, and all these things that I had to go over in my head, and I thought, oh my gosh, that's so bizarre and random. I'm thinking these things, and like
because we're brought up in this society that thinks like that.
I can't understand why we have that's not womanly. How we started off, you saying, well, that's not manly to carry a handbag. Like, how on earth have we evolved into that? We have these strange divisions of that's womanly and that's manly.
Absolutely.
You know, I just think
I think it is getting more blurred.
It is getting more blurred, not quickly enough at times.
Not quickly enough. No, you can see I'm wearing a tie.
I think it looks good. Today. I think it looks really good.
I rock the tie.
I think there's something very sexy with when women wear masculine clothes, or something.
Thank you very much.
But I think there's a very it's because I suppose like a tie is sort of like in my subconscious is that kind of power kind of thing with men, because when I grew up in the 80s that was so clear, and I think wow, there's something that like dichotomy of like feminism, and I'm seeing this traditionally masculine is very attractive.
And I love that mixing it up. So wear loads of makeup, do all this stuff, but wear man's clothes.
I have a really interesting face that like worlds. It looks pretty good without makeup, but when I put makeup on, like it is a banging face. Like my face like really shines with makeup on. Like I don't like it when blokes say, I like a woman who doesn't wear a lot of makeup. Firstly, the women that you think don't wear a lot of makeup, who are really pretty, they do wear makeup. They're just gone for the natural look. Like these big things on YouTube, the big makeup tutorials, where it's like, spend an hour and about 50 quid giving yourself the natural look. Do you know what I mean? Like if I'm wearing makeup, I want you to see I'm wearing makeup. You know what I mean? Like I love it. Like I love getting my eyelash extensions done, and I love getting. I get off because I've got quite big lips, and people often have infills in my lips. Like I've been asked that quite often.
I was hearing about these this morning. Go on.
You can get these things and I'm just like no, I haven't. But then
can you imagine if you did? That'd be scary.
Oh, I'd have the craziest lips. But I love it when I put lipstick on and my lips look even fuller. I like that. I like to go. Wow,
but it's play, isn't it? It's just playing.
Fun.
It's fun.
It doesn't mean anything. I hold no weight to it because I can equally go out. I mean, we've talked often about how I have a homeless chic look. I very rarely brush my hair.
You do rock the homeless chic.
I do, and I really do that really, really well. But I just think like it just doesn't. It's just all very unimportant. It's about the amount of weight you put on something. I think
it should be viewed as the frivolous, fun kind of the top layer of life, but not in any way the main bit of it.
No, I mean I was hearing a chat from Kim Kardashian on. She was talking about. I don't know, some makeup. Then she said it's life-changing. And I was like, wow.
Makeup should not be life-changing.
No, it really shouldn't. And I just was like, that is so fascinating that someone would go, yeah, because it changes the way I look. It is life-changing. Especially when you look at how magnificent, beauty is, and it doesn't ask for anything to look like, it doesn't need anything.
It's like beauty in nature.
Yeah.
It's just there, and it is what it is, and it's just,
and then
beautiful.
And interestingly in nature, a lot of the most beautiful things are short-lived. Like poppies are incredibly beautiful. They're incredibly short-lived, and it's quite interesting how. And in nature as well, sometimes in the male species seem to be more attractive, like the male peacocks and a lot of the male birds are more attractive because they need to attract the woman to them.
Yes.
Whereas in the human, we've kind of gone
the other way.
Yeah, interestingly.
Yeah. Last time I was
I'm feeling a bit gassy today.
You always say that. You say today, you're just a bit gassy. Just live with it. You are a gassy person.
Yes.
That's your natural state.
It's my trap wind.
It's to be quite gassy. You know my feelings on burping.
Yes. Farting through your face.
It's farting through the face.
Love
right?
that.
There's an integrity to a fart. Fart knows where it's come from and it smells where it's come from. But your mouth is where you snog and you talk and you... Don't do fart smells through your mouth. That is just repugnant.
I'm going to say, I like the word repugnant. I don't think that my burp smell.
That everyone's burp smells.
No, not mine.
Of course it does. It's your food gas coming up.
No, it's not. It's a bit of air.
Yeah, and your shit smells like roses.
It's trap wind. I just need
Keep it trapped then.
It's painful. Have you had trap wind?
I'd prefer it. I was going to make a really beautiful point there, but we've.
I'll make it anyway.
No, because we've gone away from that now.
No, please do. I want to hear the beautiful point. I want to bring it up from repugnant to beauty.
Last time I was in the Norfolk Broads and I was sitting on a boat. We go on a boat on holiday, and the sun was setting, and it was just the most beautiful surroundings. And looking down on this river, and the light was just like shimmering off the water and making these really, really bright little shimmering sparkles everywhere, and it was just exquisite, right? And I just thought, for all the money and effort in the world to make one diamond that we want to own and put on our finger, each one of those that I'm seeing now is way more beautiful than anything man-made that we can throw hundreds of thousands of pounds at.
I'm so glad you made the point. That was
So
that was
really lovely.
No.
And you were looking at your phone whole time.
I'm trying to book Toy Story 4. I have to add a limited card to the whole. It's fine.
No, it's fine. I just think after this one, no one's going to think that I'm the mean one anymore.
No, no, in seriousness, that is a beautiful boy. Do you know, like, that just made me think of something, though. It made me think of something. Like, all the things that we want, really, to be beautiful are out of nature. Like, if you think a pearl is made by an oyster, does that not blow your mind?
Not really.
I like your sparkles in the water. I like them. I did. I mean, they were sparkles on the water. It was... it's beautiful.
This is the Don't Laugh But podcast brought to you by Kirsty Hudson and Rebecca Elliott, two women determined to find the funny in everything, or at least pass the time by taking the piss out of each other.
Do you know that 10,000 people a month Google the words, am I ugly? That's depressing. And that 84%,
Yeah.
it's just off the top of my head,
Yeah.
84% of 17-year-olds hate their own bodies.
Mm-hmm.
And 7 in 10 girls suffer from self-esteem issues.
Oh, that's just...
That
How
is
many girls?
horrific. 7 in 10.
7 in 10 girls.
The other 3 are really arrogant.
Oh, man, that's really sad, isn't
Isn't that just horrific?
Yeah.
That talking about putting weight on this stuff, that to them that's what matters. And it's such a narrow view of being beautiful.
Yeah. Like a thigh gap.
It's the long hair,
Uh-huh.
it's the obviously the big lips.
It's a thigh gap.
But I'm grateful I don't have a thigh gap, because I look at my phone on the toilet.
Yeah.
And the amount of times I've dropped it and my thighs have caught it. If I had a thigh gap,
Yeah.
I would have lost countless iPhones in the toilet.
Thank goodness for the thigh gap.
No, for the lack of thigh gap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank God for... Yes,
For
exactly.
the thigh plug.
For the
The
thigh...
natural fleshy thigh plug.
I've got a thigh plug. I like that. I mean, you know, and I'm harsh to say, I don't want to say this, but I am. I don't like a thigh gap. I find it a strange shape to your body. It doesn't look to me.
You kind of have, though. I mean,
I do have.
You've got the proportions of an orange on 2 toothpicks.
I do have a thigh gap. I do. And I saw a woman the other day who looked like me. Like, I went, oh my God, that's kind of a round thing on. But it's
beautiful, and
but it is beautiful, and it's my body, and it works.
Yes,
and I'm not going to apologise for it.
This narrow view of beauty. It's very white for
Yeah.
starters, which is just appalling.
Oh, I know.
It's the long hair. It's very pouty. It's feminine, and you see all the kind of 18-year-olds. You know, obviously my husband's a teacher, so I go to the year 11 and year 13 proms and things like that.
Uh-huh.
They all look the same,
Right.
And you think that is depressing.
Yeah.
And I don't think that used to be the case.
No.
Back in my day, when you'd have the grungers and you'd
I
have the
know.
dance dudes,
Yeah.
and then you'd have the nerds,
Like,
we all look beautiful in our own little geeky way.
Were you a goth ever?
No, not really.
Really, I was.
No, grungy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wore a leather jacket. I tried to go for the goth look.
I had a leather jacket. Yeah.
Pale doesn't
Didn't
really
do that.
suit me. It's not.
No, I can't imagine you as a goth.
Sorry,
I'm quite
that-
scared.
my-
Oh, sorry, I'm quite gassy today. You were literally
Yes.
going to say that again.
I know.
You're gassy all the time.
It came out.
I know it came out. I witnessed it.
Doesn't
Stop farting through your face.
Doesn't smell, does it?
I think we need to rebrand burping as farting through your face, because I think we've softened it. We've made it acceptable socially, and it's not acceptable. She says, looking at her phone, not listening.
No. What? We've made it acceptable. But I think farting's acceptable. I think.
Not in public. No,
Ah.
no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No. Why, yeah.
Because it's like, I don't get this. My case in point, right? You go to the toilet, you fart, you feel like you need to apologise to people next to you. Where are you meant
I
to
would
go?
never fart in a public toilet.
Well, where on earth would you go
save
to fart?
it for when you're on your own at home and the rest of the family is out.
Oh, you're telling me that you haven't ever had a fart slip out? Come on now. Who hasn't had
Never.
that? Oh, I say
Never.
free the farts. Get out there.
No,
do it.
no,
You know,
nobody wants to smell that. Come on, have a bit of self-respect.
to me, unless it is bad, like it's bad. Do you know what I mean? But
You don't know that until it's come out, you know?
you've got to do it. You've got to do these things.
Do you think that being funny is attractive?
Yes, very much so. That's why I'm so attractive. No, very much
Because
so.
I think that when people put on a list of like what would you want to find in a partner, most people put good sense of humour. But women mean I want a bloke who makes me laugh. And blokes mean, I want a woman who laughs at my jokes.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah?
Yeah, totally. Without a doubt.
Which is why you, being a funny woman, you're like catnip to women.
Yeah, and my husband, I actually find, like at home, my husband's funnier than I am.
Your husband loves you despite your humour.
Not
because of it.
I find him funnier than me at home. Like, and on this, you're sometimes funnier than me, and because sometimes. You have your moments. My brother-in-law finds you a lot funnier than I am. So
yay,
woohoo, go
love
Dwayne.
him.
Dwayne Hudson, welcome.
Dwayne.
But I just feel that part of the reason I'm so attracted to you, as much.
I'm going to cut the as my friend. There was a lovely pause there.
Is because you do make me laugh so much.
You're going to cut the sexual tension with a knife.
But that we make each other laugh, and I think that is really funny.
Totally. I find that massively attractive. But I think sometimes men, obviously not our men, and Matt absolutely just wants me to make him laugh. Like, just like that's our thing.
Yeah.
But I think some men can find it off-putting, or in some way that you're a rival, because blokes want to be like the loud, funny person in the group. And I think they can find that they want to be friends with you, but they're a little bit threatened that, oh, she might be funnier than me.
Yeah,
I'm not sure I like that.
The two men I've talked about it once, and I've had two people in my life that don't like me, and they don't like me for that reason. I know that I am.
There are other reasons why they might not like you.
There is no. Come on now.
No, there's nothing. There's no reason.
But it is because I'm quite an easy target not to be liked.
Why?
In that I am loud. Like I'm not someone who isn't gonna shut up. Do you know what I mean? And
I had never noticed that.
I know. So if you're a man who has a little bit of misogyny, a little bit of misogyny about you, then they generally are going to target someone who is
totally
like, how dare you be like that? And it's sad. It's really sad when that happens. And generally I'm quite likable, so I can genuinely win people round.
Yeah.
But I couldn't with him, and I think because he was an utter misogynist, and it was really sad,
Women should be quiet and
and
do what they're damn well told.
Yeah.
But I've said this before. You just need a firm hand. Then you're fine.
Yeah. A Gentleman Jack at the show at the moment.
I love that.
It's quite challenging things of beauty, isn't it? Like,
I find her massively attractive.
Yeah.
She said my name on BBC TV before.
She did, yes.
Yeah, I don't know if I've mentioned that to you.
Have you? No, never heard that. No. That's interesting. Like, she plays quite masculine roles in that show.
Yeah.
And I think it's so interesting, set in that period that she's playing those roles. I think that's all really, really interesting.
Definitely. But also in Killing Eve, the murderer whose name has escaped me.
Killing Eve. Oh yeah,
There's masculine bits to her.
Oh yeah,
as well. And sometimes she wore like rocker suit and stuff.
Yeah,
but she's obviously massively attractive. I like that. That's all being a bit blurred now.
Yeah,
and that's becoming normalised.
And I think
so we are starting to see different versions of beauty.
Yeah,
not just that super feminine. I don't think it's quite fed through enough.
The kids are doing better things than we have done in that they are like falling in love with the person, like polyamory and all that. Fall in love with that.
Pansexual. I wish that had been around.
Not polyamory. That's the whole pansexual. Absolutely, that's exactly what it is.
That's the same though, isn't it?
No, polyamory. I think is when you have more than you can have more than one relationship.
No, of course, yeah. No, pansexual when you fall in love with the person. Not so you don't say it's not bisexual. You're not saying I'm attracted to men or women or both. You're just saying I'm just attracted to the person. Yeah, and then that makes me find them physically attractive.
Yeah, but
I think that's fantastic.
I think it's exciting, but equally, I think it's really important to have every individual define themselves how they want to be defined, due to the fact that women of my generation and before me were having to break down walls so hard. If they want to say, I am a lesbian, or if a gay man who has gone and fought his struggles in the past wants to define himself as a gay man, every individual should be allowed to define themselves exactly who they are. And I think that's a thing that is incredibly beautiful when someone knows who they are and someone is very self-assured, and maybe they are defined by their sexuality or they're defined by something else, but that is very, very sexy.
What's very sexy?
When someone knows who they are and they've decided to define themselves who they are.
Yeah.
I think confidence is incredibly sexy.
It really is.
at the same time, vulnerability is incredibly sexy as well. I think the two go hand in hand, and I think that.
But I think you've got to be confident to have a vulnerability. Otherwise you just keep it hidden.
Exactly what I was about to say.
To be able to come out and say, I find this problematic. I'm depressed. I've got this. You have to have a confidence to be able to do that.
Totally, because that's something. Because I am a confident person, but I have anxiety. I've had anxiety and depression in my life, and so those to recognise that those things can go hand in hand is really makes you a whole human. Yeah. We are all so diverse and all have moments of stuff, but someone who knows yourself, and I just think that we just need to stop labelling people, but allow people to label themselves if they so choose, and that's beautiful.
Well done.
I could drop that mic right now.
Pick it up again. And the fact that 84%, as I said, of 17-year-olds hate their bodies mean that 84% of 17-year-olds are beautiful, but they clearly have not got any confidence in their own beauty.
And hate your body is
to hate their own bodies. Yeah. Wow. So they have not got that confidence. Wow. And the confidence is way more important. Yeah. Than the actual physical what you look like.
Do you think
I was hearing this morning about the new, not even new, but obviously people used to have collagen put in their lips, and then that went wrong a lot of times, kind of a lot of famous cases. Stop burping.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah.
Wow. So now there's the new thing where you inject, and it's still called like something acid into your lips, but basically it can't go wrong. So it gives you this lip filler, right? And then the body gradually absorbs it, so you have it sort of 2 or 3 times a year. Okay. To kind of plump them up again. Right. And girls 17, 18, 19, massively popular with them. Mm-hmm. And I don't know where I draw the line. Is that okay? Do you think that's okay?
I think it's about what we're saying. It's about saying that you're not perfect as you are. I think that's. Yeah. I think at times can be given that.
And there does seem to be a big difference between putting some lippy on
and shoving in your lips.
Something that's called acid into your lips. Yeah. Even if it is healthy, there just seems to be a line that you're crossing to make yourself something other than what you are.
I think that... Is that?
It feels judgmental to say that.
And is that going to give that young person a bit more confidence?
Exactly.
And a bit more self-assuredness? Then maybe it is okay. But I think we've still got to have these healthier conversations about what beauty is and who you are. And I'm really torn on it, because again, it comes back to us allowing everyone to be who they are, and maybe in that moment that's exactly who they want to be. It's the person who has that. And I went to a party, and it was a Botox party, and people were doing Botox. I chose not to have any. No, but it was quite interesting watching the people that did. Yeah. And do you know what? It did make a difference to some of their faces. Like it did. You look a bit fresher. Do you know what I mean? Or not like younger. I think to want to look younger.
We've talked about this.
Is a very strange.
I want to look the age I am. I'm a woman. I don't want to look like a girl.
Totally. I find the whole.
But that's how society values women when they look younger. Talking about men who have a second age, and men are wise, and women are wise, and they grow up to be wiser, and yet they've still got to pretend to look younger. They've still got to look like that sort of innocent kid who didn't know anything in order to have value in society.
We are placing way too much weight in it.
Your looks should just be fun and frivolous. It just feels like it's not fun. It just feels like it's a massive stress on everyone to try and live up to these impossible ideals.
Well, I think because we've lived under such a patriarchal society for so many years that women aren't supportive of other women because of the fear of that male gaze consistently. And I think that we need to, as women, go, you know what, like, you're just beautiful regardless of anything, Yeah. You are beautiful just by very nature of being here, like, on this planet, or you are worthy. Like, worthiness, it's something that I don't think many of us feel worthy enough for anything. Just if we can just start spreading that message around, going, just by your very nature of being, you're beautiful and worthy and allowed to have that voice. And but like Jamila, is it her name from the show we like, The Good Place?
Yeah, I love her.
She's incredibly, like, traditionally, what we put into that box as beautiful, and she challenges that often, and I find her incredibly fascinating.
Just think she's inspirational and stuff.
Oh, I do, and I love it when beautiful women, and I think those are the choices that we can start doing. I think that, you see, like the Kardashians, the people of this world who are like the influencers, could make such a difference to these 84% of 17-year-olds who hate their bodies.
Right.
They could go, I do look like this, but I've had lots of work to look like this.
Yeah.
I have a whole team to make me look like this.
Absolutely.
I have the best angle to look like this. And I think all of that, they could be sort of challenging those things and making those things a lot better.
And if we're feeling...
I've got nothing wrong with Kardashian. I've got nothing against the Kardashian, but I just think you can change things. Sorry, you want to speak?
No, crack on.
No, I've not spoken
No,
for
I'll
long.
have a little nap in the corner.
Come on. I had a lot to say. Speak now for the whole piece. Come on.
Do you think if you'd been naturally a 6 foot... I mean, obviously you're gorgeous. We've established that.
Yes.
That's a fact.
It's a fact.
But if you'd been naturally like a 6 foot, blonde, stunner, model looks, do you think your personality would have been different?
I'd like to think so, but I'm quite shallow.
You'd like to think so?
I'd like to think it wouldn't be different.
Oh, you don't think it
But
wouldn't?
I'm quite shallow, so I'd have probably gone,
You would have been
give it to me. Look, give it to me. Take
Come
it,
on,
yeah.
world, look at me.
Probably.
It's
What
such
about
a
yourself?
weird thing to be proud of, your looks. Because it
Yes.
is just a...
Genetics.
Genetic lottery.
It is a genetic lottery.
Totally.
That's exactly what it is.
But to be proud of the way you look, so when it's something that you were just born with.
I know.
It's weird, isn't it?
Nothing to do with
No.
you at all. It really
and
hasn't.
if we feel all that pressure, what about the people with facial disfigurements?
I know.
Who've been burns victims or have, a whole host of, different conditions.
There's that incredibly beautiful woman who has she's a Sikh woman and has
Yes.
has a beard.
Yeah.
And the amount, and she's incredibly owns her beauty now.
Yeah.
And is totally empowered and is going on to empower other women. I just think why? And she is hot. Do you know what I mean?
Totally.
Totally. It's beautiful in every traditional sense of the word. But the amount of abuse she has had for her,
it's
for
appalling.
that.
People can't just stretch their minds just that tiny bit.
I know that doesn't fit into my realm of
exactly.
what is,
Beauty can be a lot of other. It can be different.
And
it can be weird. I think weird is way more beautiful than normal. The world is. If we all looked the same, it is just so boring.
Yeah.
I'm so bored of seeing people who look like the Kardashians. I'm sorry, I'm just bored of it. It's not interesting. Beautiful should be interesting.
But I think beautiful can be interesting. I think that's we don't want to go down that road of that either. I think you can't. I think it's when it's going back. It's that weight you placing on it. I think beauty can be be beautiful. It's great, good.
Oh yeah, totally. But I just want the media, the way the media and society see beautiful. I want them to see more beautiful in the weird.
It's so boring
and the different.
Yeah, because what it is saying is better, and that is. And someone who maybe does have some kind of facial disfigurement or has
absolutely in a diverse society that we live in, our ideas of beauty should fit that.
And also, your beauty just is so fleeting and temporary. It's your beauty will change because you'll grow older. It's and
I like that as you grow older, that fewer fricks are given basically about what other people think of you. That does come with age. So the pressure that we feel is of nothing compared to the pressure because when you're 16, really 13 upwards, in those teenage years, just feeling that pressure is horrendous. Because at that point you just want to fit in and you just want to be attractive, and it's so hard these days because unless you are naturally born with this one look that's attractive,
you're not
seemingly,
going to fit with the Instagram.
Then you're just going to be depressed.
Yeah, and to compare yourself is a life non-lived. And but how do we share? How can you not compare yourself now? Where it is life is.
I mean,
all
that's
about
it. If you look, you can always find someone who's more attractive than you, who's doing better than
hard,
you. Keep looking.
But it is. It's. I think that whole comparison thing is very sad, and we all do it. And but for our young people growing up, I just think it must be incredibly hard with that Insta lifestyle.
Yeah, totally.
Really sad. I think we've nailed beauty.
Wait, look, one final question was: would you tell a friend if her eyebrows were uneven?
Have you got something to tell me?
No, but when you did get yours dyed, that was quite alarming.
That was very disturbing.
Also, they were a bit blue. I didn't want to tell you that at the time.
Were they?
Yeah.
What, like blue black or blue?
Just blue.
No, they weren't blue.
No, they were blue black. They were blue black.
I mean, God, that was the freakiest dye job I had on my eyebrows.
Also, again, that didn't last long.
No, well, I had to really scrub that stuff
What
off.
beauty treatments do you have? That's what I was going to ask you.
Well, I have eyelash extensions. I love getting my eyelash extensions done. I love getting my eyebrows waxed. Love doing that. I won't have them threaded. I find that.
I pluck them.
I find that the work of the devil. Have you had your eyebrows threaded?
No.
Everyone goes, oh, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt them. It hurts.
Does it? What's your opinion on hair removal?
Well, I just...
What about facial hair?
Okay, so facial hair, I think that I have a moustache often, which I like the feel of.
Handlebar moustache.
It's a soft, it's beautiful, but I do have that taken off. I like that.
Sometimes not quick enough.
No, I like a fresh face, but I do have that taken off. But
you will rock hairy legs.
Oh, yeah. I do. I have shaved my legs today.
Good.
But I've got a whole strip that I missed.
Oh.
And I shaved my armpits today as well.
Oh, don't show me. Don't show me.
But that's what I can leave for ages. I don't have any hair removal done on intimate bits either.
No.
I think hair down there is important.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I don't,
I think there is a weird culture with that.
Oh, yeah, the whole... Yeah, no, I don't... I think the hair... I think that's a very personal thing, but I really... like. And a bit of pubic hair does not bother me.
Oh, you dropped the pubic bomb.
We can't say pubic.
You dropped the pubic bomb.
I know. It's weird how we've become quite eyebrow obsessive now.
Oh, the eyebrows.
We have become quite thoughtful about eyebrows.
Yeah, when you get served in Waitrose by someone with some young beautiful girl with just these monstrous great things.
Sorry.
I know that's just a generational thing. It's because I'm not down with the kids and I just don't get it. It scares the bejesus out of me. I know. Doesn't it?
Yeah, no.
Because you're not looking at people's eyes anymore. You're looking above at the eyebrows.
I know. We think about eyebrows and are my eyebrows on point?
Yeah.
You know, my eyebrows generally are. I mean,
I almost say something shocking to her just because I want to see them go up.
Yeah. Imagine if she has that and Botox and can't make them go up. They're kind of just there, right? Stuck. Yeah. I know. It's a whole. I think we've just got to go. I mean, beauty's a choice.
Yeah.
It's a choice.
It's a choice.
It's not a choice.
Doesn't make sense.
It's a choice how you view yourself.
Yeah.
There you go.
Got it back there.
Got it. Own that.
It is, I think, have confidence, own your own beautiful. And beauty's the stuff within. I know it's trite to say, but it is true.
And let's be kinder to each other as women, you know?
You always end every week with let's be kinder to each other.
I might, who they say, what's Jerry Seinfeld? Do you remember he said be nice to each other? What was that? What did he say?
Are you thinking of Jesus? Jesus said that.
Not Jerry Seinfeld. Jerry Springer.
Jerry Springer, okay.
Do you remember the Springer show?
Yeah, I do.
And I can't remember what he said. He's a very intelligent man. But I do think we need to be more kinder to each other.
You're just waffling.
I think that what I mean is, because as we talked earlier, the patriarchal gaze is pitched women against each other in the same way as pitched men against each other.
Exactly. Let women be proud of their own looks and just let's concentrate on being confident and brave and kind and strong and happy.
Yes, happy.
With ourselves.
And one thing I do know is that all our listeners are beautiful.
Yes, they are.
Beautiful people.
Yes, they are. I want to snog each and every one of them.
If they want me to send any potatoes to them, I will do that.
That's lovely. Just one in the post.
Just
potato
one.
Post.
I won't clean it first because because the mud will protect it.
Will it? Okay. All right.
People, you have a beautiful week.
Have a lovely
week. We'll be back with you next week.
Yeah. Take care.
Lots of love now.
Give my love to your mum.
Yeah. Love to your family.
Bye.
Love you. Bye.
If you found that this edition of Don't Laugh But pleasantly killed half an hour or even brutally slaughtered it, why not come back next week for some more?